gang violence and other kind of violence.
Get away! I could be at work, at school, in my car, and I can still get shot by the police, but I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.
What's good, Shadow Realm? It's a Black Gen Z Mindset. Make sure you go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe. Let's get into the video.
Has now been issued for the father of a 12-year-old Milwaukee boy found dead in his home. Romuan Moye is wanted for neglect causing the death of his son Jacarie Robinson. Investigators say they found a young boy decomposing inside his home at 39th and Elmhurst, just north of Capitol Drive. 12 News' Hannah Hilliard is there tonight. And Hannah, you have new disturbing details about what police say they found inside that home.
Right, Patrick. So outside the home, you now have all of these spray painted messages, including rest in peace, Kari. Inside, investigators say they found disgusting living conditions, garbage and mold practically everywhere, as well as non-functioning plumbing. They also found.
Woo! So, guys, I just want to let you know that this is something that is very common. Actually, you know, a lot of people are living in these horrid conditions, living in squalor, and you know, some people are just content living like that. I know it sounds crazy, and you know, it almost sounds insane for you to fathom, but some people don't mind the mess. And when you're raising children and living in that way, it says something about yourself. It says something about your cleanliness. It says something about your habits and your responsibility or lack thereof. So you have this super gremlin. It looks like he is a single father. So a super single father gremlin who completely neglected his child and contributed to his death. And it's just sad that we have so many we got so many little ones in the community who are falling victim to neglect. I mean, I've done plenty of stories on, you know, neglect as it pertains to firearm safety, but this one is a little different.
Found that 12-year-old boy covered in a blanket on the living room floor. As family and friends of 12-year-old Jacarie Robinson are mourning the tragic loss of the little boy.
I don't really know much, but I'm really just looking for answers.
Closure, and my family didn't heal. That's it.
Police say his father, Romuan Moye, spent the weekend on the run. A just-released criminal complaint says Moye kept Jacarie away from the rest of his family for several months.
So this is something we don't normally see. He's practicing parental alienation. This is something we usually see single mothers tweeting, but now, or single mothers doing, but now, as you guys can see, we've got single fathers doing it as well. And it's a damn shame when you put a child in the middle of a custody battle, custody dispute, or whatnot. I'm not saying they were in the middle of that custody dispute, but what I am saying is, you know, the reality is a lot of people are not fit to be parents.
Homeschooling him.
It was fun to be around him that time I got to be around him. I wish it was more, and I wish I got to tell him a little more.
Worried, another brother went inside the home October 10th. He told investigators he, quote, observed covers on the living room floor. He realized it was Jacarie in an advanced stage of decomposition. The medical examiner says the 12-year-old was 54 pounds and appeared malnourished.
He's the only one that saw him, so I'm pretty sure he's traumatized by his image and what he saw.
The complaint says the older brother experienced, quote, an overwhelming smell of mold, feces, and decay inside the home. The kitchen table covered in garbage.
Disgusting.
The refrigerator filled with molded food, and in the bathroom, the toilet filled with human feces.
Sheesh.
Police also say Moye's mother texted her son and told him to turn himself in.
Hannah, the district attorney is charging him with felony child neglect and failing to report a death. They do say that more charges could be coming.
Right, Patrick. So the criminal complaint says the autopsy revealed that Jacarie had fractured bones in both his arms and ribs. And as for his mother, she told investigators she had not physically seen Jacarie in 3 years, but also mentioned that the father recently reached out to her, telling her that Jacarie was being punished for misbehaving and stealing food.
Hannah Hilliard reporting in Milwaukee tonight. Hannah.
And he was probably, quote unquote, stealing food because he was hungry and wasn't getting fed.
Thank you. And here's another look at Romuan Moye's picture. If you know where he is, Milwaukee police want to hear from you. You can also find the photo and past stories on this case in the 12 News app.
Days after death, family of 12-year-old Jacarie Robinson tried to focus on his life.
He was my everything. Jacarie was Jacarie, no matter what.
Jacarie's older brother, Jay Moye, talked with Fox 6 over the phone Monday. Jay says he found his brother's body inside their father's home near 39th and Elmhurst October 10th. A newly filed criminal complaint says Jacarie was lying on the living room floor, decomposing.
Yeah, it was very hard.
The boy's father, Romuan Moye, is now wanted for child neglect and failing to report the death. The criminal complaint says Moye had been acting abnormally before the boy's body was discovered. Prosecutors say he claimed he had cancer. Prosecutors say Jay told police their father had been dodging him and his family, which is why he went to the home that day.
What feelings do you have towards your dad right now?
I'd rather not really speak on that right now.
The criminal complaint says Moye claimed he...
So he's got other children and, you know, they're pretty upset with him. I don't know what this whole ploy was or what he thought he was going to get out of it. If you can't take care of the child, give it to somebody who can. It's that simple.
He kept Jacarie away from family as a punishment for the boy's bad behavior. Prosecutors say an autopsy revealed the 12-year-old had several broken bones and was malnourished. He only weighed 54 pounds.
Right now, I just think us as a family, we just want to figure out everything for ourselves.
Milwaukee is still looking for answers for a boy whose life was cut short. Aaron Mabin, Fox 6 News.
What's good, Shadow Realm? It's your boy Jenquavius Jackson, and y'all already know I'm demonetized and shadow banned in this bitch. So if you want to contribute, go to the Cash App, the PayPal, the GoFundMe, or join the Patreon. Also, don't forget to visit the merch store for all your favorite BGZM News 17 gear, including our exclusive Trump is a Blood t-shirt. Go fast before they sell out. They are already flying off the shelves, no cap. And remember, these super gremlins are on demon time.
Very much now on to new details about a story that we've been following for a week. Police are looking for a father wanted in connection to the death of his 12-year-old son.
Now, the story only getting tougher by the day. The little boy's body was found last week decomposing in his home after authorities say he starved to death. CBS 58 Bryant McCrae joins us now in studio with the new details from the criminal complaint. Bryant?
Yeah, good afternoon, Jessup and Amanda. The details in this just released criminal complaint paint a gruesome story leading up to the death of 12-year-old boy Jacarie Robinson.
As much as I used to observe them, like what was going on, like it was eerie and it didn't seem right at all.
Neighbors coming to terms with the shocking reality that steps away from their front doors, a child lost his life. According to a criminal complaint, 12-year-old Jacarie Robinson was starved to death. The Milwaukee County District Attorney's Office charged Robinson's father, Romuan Moye, Saturday. Moye, a father of four, is facing 3 counts of child neglect and 1 count of failure to report the death of a child. According to the complaint, 3 of Moye's kids lived with him, but for the past 2 weeks, 2 of his children were with their mother, leaving Robinson alone with Moye. Families say they tried to see and talk with Moye during this period, but Moye appeared to be agitated and nervous. Moye would also stop people from visiting Robinson. When Moye's 21-year-old son called and texted him, Moye would not answer. On October 10th, he went to check on his dad and brother out of concern. Moye would not answer the door, so the man entered the family home. That's when he found the body of his decomposing brother on the living room floor under a blanket.
Wow.
The 12-year-old body was described to be in an advanced decomposition state. The complaint goes on to read that Robinson's father was known for being a harsh punisher. According to the medical examiner's office, Robinson...
A lot of these fathers, not all, but some of these fathers, some of these mothers, they have draconian-like punishment that they impose on their children, because in the community we're expected to have a rough upbringing. So that could be extreme whippings, starvation, other tactics, mental tactics, verbal abuse. All these different things can amalgamate to the scene that we see here today. And a lot of these topics aren't getting talked about, okay? We talk about cruel parenting methods, all right? And now I understand, you know, you don't love the child if you spare the rod, but I mean, the rod doesn't have to go up the kid's ass, right? So, and that's what a lot of these abusive parents are doing, right? They're just going way too far.
Robinson's body was extremely malnourished and emaciated. The medical examiner also noted several fractures to the boy's arms and ribs. Neighbors in the community say when they saw Robinson, they were concerned about the way he looked.
It's like he had jogging pants on, a hoodie on, but like his jogging pants were kind of like swaying at his ankles. Like you could tell that he was super, super thin.
A very sad story there. Police say Moye may face more charges, but for now, we'll keep you guys updated on this story as more information comes into our newsroom. For now, reporting in the studio, Bryant McCrae, CBS 50.
Gang violence and other kind of violence.
I could be at work, in school, in my car, and I can still get shot by the police. I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.